Just a couple of days ago, the President of the United States said COVID-19 is a national crisis. The World Health Organization classified COVID-19 as a global pandemic. All the stores, Walmart, Winco, Costco are all filled up. The lines are worse than Black Friday, and everyone is hunkered in their homes just to stay away and reduce the possibility of getting sick or getting others infected. I found this to be the perfect opportunity to find my slice of heaven out in the woods. So brew your cup of coffee or tea, pop open your bottle of beer, get your popcorn ready, and come along for the ride. I want to give you guys a quick update. This is the road I'm driving down. As you can see, it's not too bad. For right now, I'm leaving my tires at about 33 PSI. I don't feel like I need to deflate them right now. Going up this road, it's been decent so far. And the snow is pretty hard packed. It's not really soft. So I feel like I can make it this way. It's about a few more miles up. So just gonna trudge along, make my way up and see how far I can get before I have to tear down. All right guys, made it out to camp. And guess who I ran into?
Oh, what's up?
Oh, down to mom.
Yeah, good to see you, buddy.
What's up, man?
Dude, not much.
See, screw this COVID-19. Of course, we want to be safe, but you know, we're isolating ourselves.
Chris and I were just talking, like, we go back into town like a week later and like everybody's gone.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, maybe this wasn't a good idea. Seriously feels refreshing.
Yeah.
And like, I feel so like healthy out here.
Same here, dude. It's like something about coming out here so rejuvenating, you know?
Yeah.
I'm glad to see these guys. I'm glad to see Chris over there.
Yeah, we got the shift pod, my first night in the shift pod last night.
Nice. How was it?
Dude, it was awesome. My propane ran out like pretty quickly.
Oh, it did?
And then in the middle of the night, I realized, because it was the first setup, that one of the doors was like open.
Oh.
So it was a little cold, but tonight will be better.
This is how we learn.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I'm staying one night out here. I'm really glad to be out here. It's a beautiful spot. I'll give you guys a mini tour later, but I'm gonna set my camp and then join these guys and have a good old time.
Yeah, dude, we're stoked you're here, man.
It's all right.
This one's gonna go later. This one's a little, maybe if I take this one and I bite. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, shoot. Oh, shoot, yeah.
Oh, shoot, yeah, bud. Woo! A little hot.
Look at that cheese spread.
Need more seasoning? Hot.
All right, guys, so the plan for the rest of the day, as you can see, I got the tent set up. Phil has his shift pod set up over there. And then you see Chris set up his brood. Yeah, I think Chris is continuing to cook something else. But for right now, we're just kind of hanging out. I know some people are wondering what we do at camp once we settle in. And, you know, when you're with good friends, it's just all about just hanging out, catching up, shooting the breeze, and just talking about random stuff.
Super fast off the jack.
That's some behind the scenes for you guys.
For a 14-inch.
So he has that set up, and that can accommodate like 4 to 6 people or something like that. But Phil, he is hanging out in there with his dog Coda. It's freaking a beautiful little pit bull. And yeah, that's what they're using for as their shelter. The campsite it's an awesome campsite. There's plenty of space, as you can see, for all our rigs. And then it's right next to a river, so you get the nice little ambient sound from the river as well. I'm glad I didn't get stuck in the snow. Actually, it's still cold enough so that the snowpack is hard, so it's not really slush or anything like that. So the car was able to get through no problem. So far, I'm really loving the wheels with the tire combination. The Falcon Wall Peak AT3Ws are great against the snow anyways, so yeah, it's been a piece of cake. Chris over there cooking up some stuff. As you can see, Shauna and Chris make like a perfect combination, because Shauna will just like put together some of the tastiest food, and then Chris just brings them out onto these trips and he just grills them up and cooks them up. And it's one thing to be able to eat at home, you guys, but to be out in the woods like this, to be out in nature and to eat food, that's a whole nother level. And I know some of you are just kind of confined to your spaces because you don't want to get anyone sick, or you don't want to get sick wherever you go, and staying indoors is the best thing for sure, yeah. But if you do get an opportunity to go out and just experience nature and still kind of isolate yourself in that way, just enjoy good company, nothing beats that. You know, of course we're still taking our precautions, we're not, you know, being reckless about that, and it's still early in the day, so we're gonna just hang out, kick back, relax, have a good old time. Catch up with you guys back in a little bit.
Hey guys, just reloading the cooler here. So it's best if you toss it down and then you just throw the snow right on it, see? But you gotta remember where you put your beer so you don't lose it. And then you run the risk, like if it snows more, how do you find it?
This is why I love winter camping.
But yeah, one of the fun. I don't have a fridge this trip, so this is my fridge. I actually planned this.
Well, that's the beauty of like overlanding or car camp, whatever you want to call it. Is you gotta, if you can improvise stuff, that's the way to go.
Seriously, if you're planning to go camping in the snow, you really don't need a fridge.
Yeah, I think it needs a little more.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Is that chicken? What's under there?
This is the chicken. Oh, that looks. What do you think? That looks just about perfect. That's white all the way through.
Looks pretty great.
I mean, that's not going to get crispy because it was steamed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, buddy.
Okay.
That smells so good.
There's that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man, I beat you to it.
You did? Oh, how is it?
I gotta get my camera.
There's some cheese inside this thing. Maybe some carrots.
Oh my gosh, man. It's seriously
that?
so good.
Do you see that?
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
I'm not even kidding. It's so good.
Shauna, you've outdone yourself again. Mmm. Wow.
Yeah. So like that,
Yeah.
it makes it all white.
Yeah.
And then there, it's like all yellow.
It's like so inviting.
Yeah, and I like the warm light.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, but
Awesome,
this is
dude.
just perfect. You hang it right there.
That's sweet.
I love it. It makes it feel really comfy when it's got the heater going. Perfect.
This is how you light up a campground, folks.
Yeah, dude, I love this thing. The Claymore is really sweet. Look at that. You see that spider? Yeah. The Claymore is really sweet because with the white lights, let's
Yeah.
get this guy out.
Just makes it pretty bright in there, huh? Alright, hey, good morning guys. It's about 8 o'clock right now. Had a pretty good sleep. Last night I think we called it around like 11:30 at night. We just built up a huge campfire, just shot the breeze and went to bed. So I got some pretty good sleep. I think I got about 8 hours. Pretty much uninterrupted for the most part. As you can see, the setup is a little different today, or last night. I used the insulation for the iCamper, and since Katie and Bernie didn't join me on this trip, the sleep system is different as well. So for this time, since it's just myself, I decided to bring a one-person sleeping pad to put on top of the mattress, and this is Thermarest. It's usually a backpacking sleeping pad. It's on a self-inflating pad, which means it has foam inside, and then you just blow some air into it. So I decided to just use that, and then just takes up less space in the tent, which means more space for like just gear or just kind of lay out. And then I have the 900 fill sleeping bag, which is actually from Japan, and I'll go more into that at a future date. And of course I put the insulation on just to be able to kind of shield me, have that little wall of air between the insulation and the tent, just to help with kind of trapping the heat inside a little more. But as you can see, it's kind of cold out here just from the environment, and I'd say it probably dipped into the 30s last night. Also, I did bring the little heater with the little butane propane tank. That one I didn't turn on. I just had it in here and brought it with me just in case for emergency if it got super cold unbearably. Didn't need to use it overnight. Actually this morning, because the ambient air inside here is a little bit chilly, I decided to turn it on, put it on low heat, just to kind of warm up the ambient air around me. And there is a little draft coming in here, so I'm not worried about air circulation. And I do have it at low, and I'm just gonna turn it off. It was just a brief moment where I turned it on just to kind of fill this air with warmth. So what I did for like my clothes, when I bring up gear like clothes, underwear, jacket, and everything, I used to put it in a backpack. If you follow me on Instagram, which I think you should, I did a little teaser story about different duffel bag that I'm using now. It's called the Nutsack duffel bag, and it's freaking awesome. It's super high quality so far. This is my second time using it. The leather is super heavy duty, nice leather and soft. I'll go more into that in a future video. I do want to go more into it at a later time after some more use, but this has been sent to me for testing as well. But what I like about the duffel bag design is that when you open it up, you don't have to reach in and dig into the compartment to try to get your clothes or whatnot. It's kind of laid out horizontally, so you just open it up and pick and choose and then get what you need. Just gonna start, getting ready, go outside, see what Phil and Chris are up to, just kick it a little more, and then I guess we're gonna wrap up and we're gonna leave in a little bit out of here today. So yeah, we'll catch you guys back outside. Alright guys, so first day with the last US bag. Man, I'm loving this thing so far. So what I do right now on this is I line it with contractor bag, and then at the end of a trip, when I'm ready to just kind of pack it away, I just put it together and then put it in, turn it up. But I want to give you some first impressions as well. So the thing I love about this design is that you can see how it just covers up from the side and not just the front. So it's because it overlaps like that, you're not going to see any water or rain or anything like that go in there. Actually, I drove in the rain last night, and inside it underneath was kept pretty dry. So the issue that I've been having is, as you can see, the rooftop tent kind of sticks out. So when it's time for me to take out the trash, I have to try to open the tailgate a little bit diagonally and then pull out the trash bag. But in this case, when I'm ready to throw it out, I can just undo these zippers. And as you can see, the trash bag's just in there like that. Undo the zipper on that side, and then just pull it out from the back, and then throw away the trash bag. So it's pretty sweet. And this is just first impression. I'm going to do some ongoing testing with it. I can definitely see this being a more permanent part of the rig. And what I like here, it got so many storage compartments here on the side. You got one up top over here. You got that zipper compartment inside. Another one on this side. So what I can carry is like, extra trash bags I can carry inside here. Right now I carry extra trash bags inside my deck drawer system. So I could just carry it inside over there and it'll be good. And then I'll put my gloves there or whatever, and just anything else on the outside. So far so good. I'm here with Phil from Down to Mob.
Hey,
Overland.
what's up everyone?
Yeah, as you saw yesterday, we kind of did a quick look at the shift pod tent that he's using, which is freaking gnarly. It's funny because we're trying to get away from this whole COVID-19 and we're self-isolating and stuff, and this is actually used as rescue shelter tents, and he's testing it out. So you want to talk about this tent and how it works?
Day 3, just trying to ditch COVID-19. Tension's high. No, I'm kidding. That's not my style. You guys probably know that. But yeah, this was my first night in the shift pod. It's awesome. It's about 6 feet long when you're transporting it, so it took up a big part of the bed in the Gladiator. Luckily, I had just enough space for it, so it was perfect. But that's one thing you want to consider, is it definitely takes up a big footprint, but then when it's open, it's a huge footprint. You can stand up, walk all around. I even jokingly ran laps in it. It's really cool looking, I like that, but it sets up really quick. And the cool thing about it is, so that's how you fold it down. You push all these in, and I'll fold it down for you guys, but I want to show you inside first. It's also how you set it up. Once you have the center popped, you just pull all these sides out. And as you can see, this whole system just like, just wants to pop right up. So it pops up really quick. There's no pulls or anything like that, which I love. I had a Mr. Buddy heater set up last night, and I was having issues with the heater more than anything. I think it's a little bit old and needs to be cleaned out. So I was a little bit chilly at night, but it does stay very well insulated for the most part. I first saw the shift pods like 2017 at Overland Expo West in Flagstaff, and it was a little bit hot, and I walked in there and I was like, it's significantly cooler in here. They're designed for like Burning Man, EDC, all sorts of these big events, and they even set up thousands of these things. Edward and I found out about them at King of the Hammers. Here's a little door. This is the Shift Pod 2 as well, but come on in. It all starts here with the Claymore. You need good lighting in this because, as you can see, it's so well insulated that even during the day, it gets dark in here. So you really always need a light. The Claymore 3-face is just super awesome for that. It's a great light in general, but you change the color here to more of a warm yellow, and the white walls change colors completely. So I really like that. I like this warm setting. I've got just a simple cot set up with a mat below. This was pretty comfortable. I've tracked in plenty of crap, but the shift pod has a nice zip-in floor, so I really like that. Apparently you only have to zip it in once, and then you can set it up with it in. Little porta potty just in case, because it's pretty cold out here, so if duty calls or whatever. But that's one of the things is, it's really nice to just have space for everything. I don't have much stuff in here right now because it's my first trip, but it's just a cool unit. It's got these little porthole style zipper windows. Yeah, pretty simple though. There's not a whole lot to it. You got like almost like 7 feet.
How tall are you, Phil?
I'm like 6 foot.
Yeah, that's a lot of space.
So you got like almost 7 feet. Yeah, and I mean that's in the center. You come over here, like I'll hit my head right here.
Yeah.
But that's no big deal.
Yeah.
As you can see.
You know, I've gotten some questions after the My Shift Pod kind of initial impression video about people saying if it snows, is the roof going to collapse, right?
Yeah. No, not because of this. So this guy, and I'll show you, it actually lowered the roof quite a bit right there. So the floor has a spot that this sits in. These are just like rubber bases. They're really flexible. And this is just kind of a quick release thing. So what you do is you just line it up and push it all the way as far as you can up. Clip that bad boy like any quick release.
So it makes the top of the dome less flat. It makes it more stick up, more pointy. So if there is like snow, it could kind of, or rain, it'll just kind of fall to the side, I think.
Yeah, and we did have some snow last night. If it would have, and it was very little, if it would have kept coming, it just wouldn't have had enough weight, I don't think, to ever collapse in. So last thing I'll say is it's set up for any kind of heater power setup you need. Over here, there's these quick release cinches, and you can, you know, put power cords through there, diesel heater, whatever. If you do a bigger diesel heater or something like that, these big guys, I mean, you could fit a huge setup through there, and of course they Velcro in. Christian, the owner of Shift Pod, runs a diesel heater, and I decided I could live out of this unit if I just had a diesel heater and maybe another table and a few things.
And Phil actually talks about this tent more in depth on his channel, and he's actually building out this sweet Gladiator. He has a Rubicon right now, and he's gonna get all sorts of stuff done to it. So
Yeah.
I definitely recommend checking out his channel. It's Down to Mob. Of
Yeah.
course, I'm gonna link it in the description below, man. So you guys definitely gotta check it out. I highly recommend his channel. It's freaking entertaining as F.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we try to keep it real and just have fun with it. I'm still learning a lot, but I've met a lot of cool people, and I've been able to like share their stories and their vehicles and their walkthroughs, and I'm just super excited to be a part of the whole YouTube thing. So come check it out, and stoked to be hanging out with Edward and good content creators. But yeah, definitely come check out Down to Mob Overland with a number 2.
All right, Phil. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the tour.
Man.
All right, guys. So as you can see, we're all packed up. We're all just chilling. Had a good morning. We just explored a little bit around our campsite, and we're about to head out. Maybe on the way out, just take some more footage of just some exploration shots and stuff like that, and then grab some lunch. This is how we handle the self-isolation for the coronavirus. Pretty much say that these guys are in good shape, no symptoms. So we're gonna head out, take some more shots. You know, if you guys feel like, I know you can get cabin fever sometimes just being cooped up inside. I encourage you guys to maybe just go out and self-isolate in nature. It's therapeutic. As you can see, if you have some good people around that you know aren't sick. So yeah, this is good times. I definitely enjoyed this experience. But I thank you guys for joining me on this adventure. So like I said, check out Chris, his awesome Land Cruiser 200 series. I'll put his Instagram down in the description. You know Phil, Down to Mob. I'll put the description down there. I appreciate you guys again for joining me. If you have any questions or comments about, you know, just anything, feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. But for the time being, we're out. So be safe, take care, and I'll see you next time.